Check for the YouTube stream. Let me check for the YouTube stream. Check for the YouTube stream. Okay, let's begin. Are we ready? Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Stinson. I will be chairing today's Scarborough Committee Adjustment hearing in the afternoon. In accordance with sections 45 and 53 of the Planning Act 1990 as amended, this meeting of the Committee of Adjustment of the City of Toronto was called to order. The Committee of Adjustment considers applications for variances from the provisions of zoning that apply to property matters, permissions to extend or alter lawful non-conforming issues, consent to sever property to create new lots. Land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and the Haudenosaunee and Wendat, in addition to many more diverse First Nations, including Inuit and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit and Williams Treaty signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands. Committee of Adjustment hearings are conducted by hybrid, in-person, or remote online formats. Some applicants and participants will make their submissions in person, while others will participate online using WebEx platform. Meetings online are streamed at the Toronto City Planning YouTube channel. Those who want to participate online and have registered in advance will be connected to their electronic device, and you will have the option of participating by video or audio. You will be automatically muted upon online entry into WebEx, and when your item is called, you will be unmuted by the staff moderator. Please note, you must mute your device until you're called upon to speak. Those participating by video will be temporarily labeled as panelists. When their item is called, during this time, your camera will be enabled and you will be visible during your 5 minutes of speaking. At all other times, your video will be disabled as a designated attendee. For in-person and online participants, the Committee of Adjustment will share presentations submitted within the written submission deadline. Those participating by WebEx are not allowed to use share screen or other panelist controls and will be removed if found doing so. Receiving a copy of a decision of the committee. Those in person who want to receive a copy of the decision by a committee must fill out a decision request card, and those participating online must submit a written request for decisions by email. Please include your name, address, and email address because the Committee of Adjustment and the Toronto Local Appeal Body, TLAB, will be sending notifications and appeal updates by email only. If you do not agree with the decision of the committee, you may be able to appeal the decision to TLAB or in some limited circumstances to the Ontario Land Tribunal, OLT. However, the provincial government amended the Planning Act and generally removed rights of third parties to appeal Committee of adjustment decisions, and only the applicant, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, or specified persons in public bodies are permitted to appeal decisions. Hearing procedure. I will call each item in the order listed on the agenda, except for consent deferral requests as determined by city staff. Making your submissions. Where an application is uncontested, the agent applicant may proceed with their presentation. When the committee does not require a presentation, the agent applicant can advise me, the chair, if they want to speak. The committee may ask questions and or take the matter into committee for their decision. Each speaker, including the applicant agent, will be given a maximum of 5 minutes to address the committee. Any presentation or materials you wish to submit to committee must have been emailed in advance of the hearing, as members cannot accept materials at the hearing today. When speaking to committee, please identify yourself as 1, the applicant agent, 2, with your legal name, and 3, your address, and make remarks only to the application details. The applicant or agent will proceed first and will make presentation to this committee. The committee may decide to defer an application if substantially revised to ensure the revised application is accurate and that all those entitled to notice of the application are informed of changes. Speakers in support or opposed to applications will be invited by the committee to speak. Committee members may ask questions of speakers after their presentation. When all the speakers are finished, the applicant agent can rebut only issues raised by speakers. This will mark the end of the discussion, and the application will then be taken into committee for a decision, where only committee members can speak. Are there any declarations of interest by panel or staff regarding the afternoon agenda?
Through you, Mr. Chair, there is one declaration of interest on item 17. The Deputy Secretary Treasurer has a family member that's within the notice radius, so he has stepped out of the room for that item.
Thank you. And I will note that it's clear Colin Ramdial is not in this room. Are there any files, Deputy Treasurer, are there any files to be closed?
No files to be closed.
And have you received any requests for deferrals?
We have 2 applications for deferral, number 17, 20 Thomas Avenue, and number 24, 2375 Brimley Road.
Thank you very much. All right. Just so happens that after lunch, we are now at item 17, 20 Thomas Avenue. Is there anyone here present that's here for 20 Thomas Avenue? Okay. Anyone online? No?
It's just the applicant.
Oh, okay. Very good. I couldn't hear. I apologize. Okay. Can we speak to the applicant, please, online?
Good afternoon, committee. Jonathan Benskowski, 301 Keewatin Avenue.
Good afternoon, sir. Just to be clear, this matter, I am told you will be asking for a deferral. Is that accurate?
Yes, the public notice, draft R plan, zoning review, lot areas do not match.
That's a pretty good reason. Does anyone on this committee have a question for this agent? No. Okay, sir, sit tight. We're going to go into committee and make a decision. Would anybody like to go ahead, Mr. Khan?
So realizing this request has come from the applicant, this matter or application be deferred, signed I, and that is my.
Notwithstanding, we will defer it. I don't think we're using sine die, but very good, sir. I understood exactly what you meant. Does anyone wish to second that motion? Oh, go ahead, Ms. Holman.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I would second the motion to defer to the first available meeting.
Very good. So we have a motion by Mr. Khan to defer to the future, seconded by Ms. Ullman. All those in favor? That's unanimous. It's deferred. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item 18. Oh, my apologies. You're right. Thank you so much, everyone. All right. 1 second. Item 24, which is 2375 Brimley Road. And this is to permit recreation use on the second floor of the existing two-story commercial building within the existing commercial shopping center. Is anybody here in the audience on that? You are here on this matter. What is your status? Oh, you're the agent? Okay, come on down to the microphone. Thank you. Your first and last name and address, please.
Okay. Jacqueline Lee, and we're here on behalf of the clients for 2375 Brimley Road.
Okay, and this is are you looking for the deferral?
Yes, we are.
You are. Hold tight. Any questions? No? Okay, we're gonna make our decision.
Okay, sure.
I don't think there is. No speakers? No? Okay. So while we're in committee, does anybody want to? Go ahead, Mr. Howe.
Thank you, Chair. I move the motion. I move deferral of this application in order to give the applicant more time to address community planning concerns.
Sounds good. Do we have a seconder? Go ahead, Ms. McCauley.
I'll second that motion for deferral.
Mr. Howe's moved that we defer this matter to give the applicant a chance to address community planning concerns, or the agent, pardon me. Ms. McCauley is seconded. All those in favor? That motion's carried unanimously. Thank you. Have a good day. Now we return back to the list proper, unless I'm directed otherwise, which is item 18. And judging by that smile, I'm okay. 31 North Edgeley Avenue. This is consent requested to sever the existing lot into two residential lots, cross-reference with minor variance applications being considered jointly. Part one is to construct a new two-story detached dwelling, cross-reference consent and minor variance applications being considered jointly, of course. And part two is to construct a new two-story detached dwelling, cross-referenced again with consent and minor variance applications being considered jointly. I notice on our documentation, we have conditions of approval from Metro Links and Urban Forestry. And I noticed that there is a letter of objection with regards to written correspondence. But I note we have no speakers. Is anyone in the audience here on this matter? Sir, what's your status in this matter? Sorry? You're the applicant? Very good, understood. Okay, so would you like to come down and are you making a presentation? Thank you.
The applicant is online. This is the owner here for questions.
Oh, beg your pardon. Okay. You are, okay, very good. So we'll start with, if you could just wait a minute, sir. We're going to start with the person online, if I understand them to be the owner, so please. Okay, are you there?
Mr. Chair and the committee.
Hi, can you give us your first and last name and address, please?
Nusrat Jahan, 3400 Danforth Avenue.
Thank you. So you're the owner, and this person here is, sorry,
I'm the applicant.
you're the applicant and you're the owner. Sorry, my apologies. Okay. Let's hear, who wants to speak to this issue if we need a presentation or have questions? She is? Okay, you're good there. Does anybody have any questions or want a presentation? No, I've canvassed this committee. It is very comprehensive what you've submitted. I have a question to you as the applicant agent online. Do you have any concerns with respect to the conditions from Metro Links or Urban Forestry?
No, sir. We are going to abide by the farm and forestry conditions and the Metrolinx condition.
Very good. I have noted the letter of objection. I have no concerns about the letter of objection that I've read. Does anybody else on this committee? No. Sir, subject to any comments you want to make, we're going to go into committee and make a decision. Okay? All right, we're in committee. Who would like to, Ms. Ullman?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, looking at these variances, several of them are actually quite minor. For example, number 4, they're only asking for 0.12. Number 1, it's only 0.3 they're asking for. I actually think these variances are minor. They meet the 4 tests and that the proposal fits within the context of the neighborhood. So if there are no other comments from my colleagues, I would move approval of the application, including the Metrolinx conditions and urban forestry condition number 2 and number 3 times 2. Did I miss anything? Oh, and the standard consent.
Thank you, Ms. Ullman. Ms. Ullman has moved to approve this application subject to conditions that she has outlined with standard consent, Metrolinx urban forestry. Do I have Mr. Howe?
Chair, I will second the motion.
And Mr. Howe has seconded that motion. All those in favor? And that's unanimous. Motion passed. Take care, sir. Okay, we are now moving on to item 19, which is 366 Beach Grove Drive. And this is consent requested to sever the property into 2 residential lots, part 1 and part 2. 1 second. Okay. I noticed from our paperwork before this committee, we have conditions of approval, including standard consent conditions. One second. Engineering review. Urban forestry. And of course, what is that last one? Heritage planning. We don't often get heritage planning here. I will also note that we are not in any receivership of any objections or any support from the community, and no speakers. Is that correct? Okay, thank you. Is the agent or applicant available? Come on down, sir. Thank you. Beach Grove. Sir, your first and last name, please, and your address. Very good. Does anyone on this committee want a presentation or have any questions of this agent? Okay, sir, that's pretty concise. We don't have any questions or need a presentation. We're pretty satisfied. We're very satisfied with the package you submitted. Let me ask a question. Are you in agreement with the conditions of approval that I noted on the onset? Okay. We're going to step into committee now, so let's see where we go with this. Thank you. If we need a question, oh, go ahead, Ms. McCauley.
No question.
Oh, no question, sorry. Okay, we're in committee. Anybody want to start us off?
I'll start off with a motion to approve this application. It's for a consent. It meets all the requirements of the zoning bylaw in terms of frontage and lot area. So no variance are necessary. The applicant has submitted a letter, which I thought was a good analysis, stating that this consent promotes city densification, utilizing existing infrastructure. So I thought that was a good statement. It gave us the comfort to proceed with this consent application for approval. The only conditions was engineering and construction services heritage preservation, and urban forestry.
Thank you very much. Mr. Khan, go ahead.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. We have a motion to approve by Ms. McCauley with the conditions of approval as standard consent, heritage property, urban forestry, and the one I can't seem to remember today, engineering review. It's been seconded by Mr. Khan. All those in favor? That motion's passed. Thank you, sir. We now move to item 20, 35 Bexhill Avenue. And this has conditions of approval, including standard consent, engineering review, urban forestry, and community planning. I note there's no correspondence, no objections, and no support from the community. Do we have the applicant or agent before us or online? Online? Let's hear from them.
Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee. My name is Fazan Akhtar of FA Engineering, address 1237 Woodbine Avenue.
Thank you, sir. Let me canvass this committee. Does anyone need from this agent a presentation or have a question? Oh, Ms. McCauley, go ahead, please.
I have a question for the agent.
Yes.
I understand that since submitting the variance application, you have changed your requirement for the length of the house.
Yes, correct.
So we have a reduced building length of 17.68.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Having done that, can you change the rear yard setback?
So the building length related issue was due to the factor that we had a cold storage underneath the deck. So it wasn't actually the building length, like the structure length that was reduced, but the area underneath the deck, which was actually counting towards the building length, which was entirely removed, right? We spoke to community planning Andrew Castorada, and he requested to have that removed there. So once we removed that, the building length was automatically reduced.
So the plans that show you need a rear yard reduction still stay, do they?
Yeah, the rear yard reduction still stays, but the building length is reduced as requested by community planning.
Okay.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Holm.
Just to confirm, so you are asking us to amend variance number 5 for both of these to 17.68?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
because the notice still shows 20.12.
Yeah, so that would be amended to 17.68, please.
Okay, for both of them.
Yeah, for both the lots.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for straightening that out, everyone. Do we have any more questions for this applicant? No. Okay, we're going to go into committee, sir, and make our decision. Hold tight.
Sure, it's up on the screen right now, so you have it.
Oh, you're going to do the amendment now?
Should the committee?
Yes, go in that.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
just conferring. Okay, so we're in committee. I think, Ms. Ullman, you've got this tiger by the tail, so please lead us.
Okay, through you, Mr. Chair, with the amendments, and I guess it's with the plans attached to the community planning report, right? So with the amendments, variance 5 for both of the homes to 17.68 and forestry condition number 3, engineering report, plus which is the report dated April 17th. And then, as I said, the planning report, which is dated the 27th of May, which speaks to the length which the applicant has revised. So as amended, I would move approval of the application plus the standard consent conditions.
Ms. Olney's moved to approve this application with amendments changed before committee with consent of the agent, in addition to the conditions of approval that she's cited. Is there another member of the committee that would second that motion? Mr. Howe?
Thank you, Chair. I will second the motion.
That motion is seconded by Mr. Howe. All those in favor? And that's unanimous and it's passed. Take care, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, item 21, 89 Claremore Avenue. To construct a new two-story detached building duplex with front porch, front second-story balcony, rear ground floor deck, and rear second-story balcony. The existing one-story detached dwelling and detached garage will be demolished. Note, this application was previously deferred at the Committee of Adjustment hearing on April 9th, 2025. Go ahead, Deputy.
Through the chair, for the record, there was a staff error in transcribing variance number 1 in the public hearing notice. It's on the screen right now. It should, for variance number 1, it should indicate a required wall height of 7.5 meters instead of 7.0 meters. This amendment is considered technical in nature, and should the committee make a decision on it today, the notice of decision will reflect this amendment.
Thank you, Deputy. Understood as a technical amendment, minor in nature, but significant, that noted on the record, from 7.0 meters to 7.5. Okay, we've got that done. I'll also point out that this application has conditions subject to urban forestry. Is the agent or applicant available?
Through the chair, there is 3 speakers in person.
Where are they? Come on down, folks. Who's the agent applicant here? Oh, I apologize. I misheard my colleague. Okay, so sit tight. I apologize, gentlemen. And where is our agent applicant? Okay, can we get them?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and the committee.
Hi, can we get your first and last name and address, please?
Lushra Jahan, address 3400 Danforth Avenue.
Thank you. We're going to hear from some people in the audience today. This matter, just to be clear, as the agent applicant, you're not asking for a deferral, correct?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. I just want to check in with you. You're allowed to give us a 5-minute presentation, and that may be appropriate here. Does anybody have any questions? No. Okay, can you give us a short presentation considering we have speakers here from the neighborhood?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, yeah, our application is for a minor variance approval, and we have only 1 variance currently. We have complied with all other bylaws. So this will be a 2-story duplex. As we have, after the deferral, we have worked with the zoning examiner and the committee staff to revise our proposal. So we revised our proposal as we revised it to a duplex. So right now, as you can see, we have 1 variance in front of us since we have agreed to comply with the energized outlet comment that zoning notice had. We also we have shown these to the previous hearing that we have neighbors' approval. Currently, we have submitted 7 supportive letters from our neighbors. And in the previous hearing, the adjacent neighbors had concerns with their proposal. So after the deferral, the agent of the owner personally went to them and discussed the proposal, and they gave us positive feedback. So the only variance right now we have is the permitted maximum height of the main walls, which is 7.5 meter, the permitted value, and ours is 7.62 meter. The difference between proposed and permitted would be 0.12 meter, which is close to 5 inches. Because of the nature of the variance as minor, we are requesting the approval of this application, minor variance application. Thank you.
Thank you, very good. Just want to commend you too on the materials submitted with the signatures noted and names and addresses. Thank you for that. I think we have some questions for you, starting with Mr. Khan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you, sir. I have a very brief question and I'll appreciate. Variance number 2, it is 0.62 and it has been reduced or suggested 0.59. Is that right?
Mm, 7 point, the difference? Sorry, I couldn't hear you, sir.
Just hold that thought for a minute. We're going to repeat the question in a second. 1 second, Mr.
No problem.
I was just going to clarify, Mr. Khan, I believe that the second variance, is that not from before? Like, I don't know, that's the minutes from the previous meeting, and there was an EV outlet, I think, and they removed that second variance. So if you scroll up, there's only one variance.
Removed.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
And the other question that I have, or I would like to have a little bit of a clarification. We might have 1.4 meters setback from north and from the front and rear walls. So if you don't have 1.4, what do you have?
Yes, I understand the bylaw states that some part of the wall should have a setback of minimum 1.4 meter, but in our case, all the front and rear main walls are have same setbacks as the front yard setback, and also the height are all will have all of the front and rear walls will have same height, 7.62 meter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. And thank you for your answers. Any other questions? The applicant? Okay. Applicant, we're going to ask you to stand by and we're going to have some people come and speak. Come on down, folks. So I'm going to do a head count. I'm presuming we have 4 people that wish to speak. 3 households. 3 households. Okay, very good. I'm going to, as you guys are getting warmed up, I'm going to give you some advice. Try not to duplicate. If one talks to an issue, please don't feel we didn't hear it and everybody repeat it 2 more times because that doesn't help us at all. Also, stick to the application, please. And of course, you have up to 5 minutes to speak, but you're not required to use all of your time up. It's not a penalty. And I think that's about it. I'll need your first and last name and your address. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
There's 4 bathrooms or 6 bathrooms, so it kind of was like seemed like a rooming house type of thing to me. I'm not sure. I'm not in it for that though, but I would be concerned with parking on the street. There is no parking overnight on Claremore, so that would be a concern for the community. I have lived at this residence for many years. I had a swimming pool in the back, and I have grandchildren. My sons learned to swim in that pool. My grandchildren have learned to swim in that pool. They skipped off school yesterday afternoon and came over for a swim yesterday because of the beautiful weather finally. Anyways, that being said, privacy for the backyard. Like I said, I spoke to Mr. Rosario, and he said to me, looked in my eyes and said, anything the neighbors want for the privacy, not a problem. That's what Mr. Rosario had said to me. So I believe him, and we had talked. I had been at a meeting prior on the 8th April, and I believe it was Mr. Hahn, Councillor Hahn, that made a suggestion on a similar cookie cutter situation scenario, smoke glass and barriers on the balconies. And you guys approved it. Everybody seemed to be a lot better with that situation. And that would be what I'd hope for here. Mr. Rosario said that I could come over and check this after it's all done. So I wished him good luck with his project. And I just hope the community's okay with the parking though. The one thing, and our privacy is quintessential. And I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Come on, sir, just a very good presentation, just in case we have a question. We've got lots of questions. Go ahead, Mr. Khan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I simply want to know, you the concern of parking. Would you kindly elaborate a little bit more what that concern is?
Well, my concern is that there are several cars in the driveway now, capacity, and there's one bathroom in there. So I took a look at the perusal of the documents that they've handed in, and there's 4 bathrooms on the 2nd floor. So, and there's bathrooms downstairs. So that just brings to my, common sense, like how many people are going to be there? So how many cars are going to be there? And where they put, I don't know. It was just like for the community's sake, because we already have issues on the street with people parking overnight. And it's getting pretty. Okay.
Hold on, we have another question from Ms. Holman.
Hi, I just want to clarify what you're looking for. So I'm assuming you're okay with the front porch. What about the front 2nd story balcony? Do you want screening on the sides there also, or are you just looking in the rear?
For myself, I don't have in the front. On the
Yeah, because they're asking.
No concerns.
Okay.
On 85's part.
Okay, and then.
But at the back.
So they have a ground floor deck and a rear 2nd story balcony. So are you looking for screening on the deck and the balcony?
Well,
Or just the balcony?
Correct.
Okay. And you would like opaque glass? Is that what you're?
The smoke glass, I believe, was, and Mr. Rosario seemed to be okay with that when I spoke to him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll hear from everyone and then make a decision. Good afternoon, sir. Your first and last name and address, please.
Hello, my name is Bill Maitland, and I'm at 93 Claremore Avenue. I have a question for the committee. As Mr. Dick said about all these washrooms in the house and the volume of people, would the committee happen to know, or anybody here happen to know, how big the paved parking area will be? Like, will there be an overflow of cars with the volume of people living in this dwelling? If there's only enough space for 2 cars or 3 cars and there's 6 bathrooms or 6 people, like it becomes now a problem on the street with the volume of cars?
Okay, so that is your question. Just put a pin in that for a minute, because we'll address that question. Do you have anything you want to say to us other than the parking?
I agree with all the things Mike mentioned. I think that's really great. People are concerned about their privacy as well. And there's no like overwatch from the balcony. If that, I'm happy with what's been said.
Okay, very good. I can address parking unless one of my other colleagues would like to. You want to? Oh, Mr. Howell.
Okay, I can give my comments, but I think ultimately the agent will be able to confirm this, but it looks like there's a two-car garage.
Yes.
Plus a driveway that's long enough to accommodate two cars. That's my understanding based on the site plan and the plans being provided. But again, we will put the question back to the agent at the end, and the agent will confirm that. So it looks like the current configuration can accommodate 4 vehicles
Okay,
in terms of parking.
okay. Thank you.
And supplementary to Mr. Howell, just keep in mind, sir, too, you and I are of a certain age that everybody had a car. We're now entering the era of some people just don't own cars.
Sure.
And so, and these people need to live somewhere. We've got,
Yeah, totally understand.
Fair
Yes. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. I think we have household number 3. Good afternoon. When you come on up, give your full name and your address.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Virginia Salazar, my husband, Angelo. Hi. We live at Claremore Avenue on the north side of the new building that we rise. So since we started with parking, I would
Just let me make a house cleaning point. You're welcome to speak kind of jointly, although we don't usually do that. We'll allow that, but it's a total of 5 minutes, not 5.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we have a first-hand information regarding parking because every day I see the car parked in front of us and we don't know who the owners are. But last winter, there was like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. cars with this engine on, people inside, and you know, it's late at night and you don't know cars parked in front of you. But as you said, they have a long driveway and 2 parking garages. So I would like to suggest that they use the parking area that they have to give us like, you know, a good night's sleep as well. So a little information about Claremore Avenue. It's a place for retirees and start-up family and where children run and play their bikes and so many things. So we've been there for 24 years and some of them are even 40 years and up. So this is kind of a new thing for us because we went to this place for peacefulness, for serenity, and for privacy. But now this would have to be changed because our house is a 1.5 building. We only have 2 windows facing the site, 89. But the new plan, looking at it, we have 11 windows facing us. And with 3 bathrooms at the basement floor on the second floor, assuming there were like 7 people there, hoping it's just single people. So with this, we are asking particularly about the windows, because we only have 1, to kindly make sure that the windows they will have will not be facing our window, because first of all, we already lost our sunlight because they're building higher than us. And the window that we have shows our hallway, going to the washroom, going to the bedroom. So if we close that window or close it with the blind, we completely lost everything. That's our sunlight and our privacy. So so that is our request. If they could not make it align with us.
And my name is Angelo, so it's about privacy. And if we are on our deck, backyard deck, and we could see the new proposal of that building, and we would have 11 windows, I could see that, well, if I'm on that side of that building that is being proposed, and on the ground floor or the second floor, and watching or looking at that window, I could see 180 degrees from the front yard to the backyard, which means to say that our privacy is gone. With everything goes, and the proposal is this. I have seen in the architectural designs what there are windows that are above the height of a person, 5 or 6 feet, and the window starts going to the ceiling. And I remember that the maximum height of this building is 7 something plus. So they have a good still light and ventilations for this window. If this window is just having a height from 5 or 6 feet and then above. So as I say on this, a person who is staying there, the purpose of that is only when rest. But if you go out of the yard, so you go down, go to the backyard and see the garden, or go to the front and see the street. But the window becomes a resting place where still you have your light and you have your ventilations. That's all. That's my request. It could not be possible that the height of the window will be higher, so that we will have also privacy. And when it's 180 degrees from the ground floor or on the second floor, you could see all us on our deck. And then we are there like 6 months, or even in winter time, we are there with our family, with our friends, or anything. So our privacy is gone. That's all. Thank you.
Sorry, is there still 1 minute regarding the parking? When winter comes and the snowplow comes, if their cars are parked in there, we won't be cleaned up by the government. So it's good if they could park it in the driveway.
Okay,
That's it.
so
Thank you.
hold on before you leave the mic. I have a question. If I understand what I'm hearing, you're concerned about 11 specific windows,
Yeah,
and you're asking or suggesting that maybe the applicant agent would look at, I think they're called, my honorable colleagues will tell me if I'm right, clear view windows, which means they let light in, but they're a little higher. They don't really show people standing in the window. They let the light in though. Is that what you're asking for?
yes.
And there was one other thing I wanted to ask you about, and that's essentially, oh, I've lost it. It'll come back to me. Go ahead, Ms. Ullman.
Sorry, on the same point, you're talking about 11 windows. You're talking about the windows on that face your house, and then where else? There aren't 11 windows on that side.
Because there's like, there are 3 levels now. So counting all the windows, they add up to 11.
So it's 11 facing you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I know in the UK, they use it a lot, particularly in London. So the window's actually placed the same way it would, but then the first half is kind of like an opaque glass, and then everything above it is regular glass. Are you okay with something like that also?
Okay.
So that if you're standing, you can't see, like nobody can see in. And then the upper part is actually regular glass. I'm not sure if that's available here. We'll have to talk to the agent if they'd be willing to do something like that.
Yeah.
Which would achieve in essence what you're asking.
Yeah, we'll try to ask the owner.
Yes.
Regarding the one I previously said, that hopefully one of the windows will not be right facing each other, so that we're not really see-through.
Okay, well, the chair will ask the agent to speak to this then.
Thank you. This is very fruitful. Go ahead, Ms. McCall.
I'm trying to. Hello, I'm trying to understand your issue. I'm looking at the second floor. And on the second floor, there's windows at the front of the house, windows at the back of the house with a deck. There's a deck and a balcony on the front and the back. But I see a window with the stairwell on that side, and one bedroom with a window on the other side. Which side of the house are you most concerned with?
We are on the north side.
North. And backyard deck. Backyard deck.
No, I'm not. I'm not understanding the backyard deck. I'm trying to figure out your concern with windows.
Yes.
Usually when we look at windows, we look at, the second floor is where you want privacy. So I can understand that. We've already talked about the deck, I believe. Okay,
Yeah.
nothing further.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort this.
No, we're still working through it here. We got more
Okay,
questions.
so just back to the windows. I just counted them. You're right. There's 11, but you're counting the basement windows, and to be frank, basement windows are not overlook. I mean, people generally don't stand in front of a basement window because they're kind of just looking at the grass, right? So I'd say those are just not even, you know, they're not a privacy issue. Then as for there's 2 on the ground floor, and again, I'm just looking here at Google Maps. I don't think they look into your property either. So I would say that to my colleague, Ms. McCauley's point, the second floor windows are really the bigger issue because it's from there that you can have the overlook. So I think, again, we'll have the chair ask the agent to speak to whether they could put some kind of, yeah, depending if it's a bathroom window, perhaps opaque, and you know, do something to mitigate the privacy issue for you.
Just supplementary to Ms. Holman. There's all kinds of applications to put on any window that can diffuse them from clear to opaque. And we all know what opaque means. It means you can't see through it, but the light comes through. And you can put them on after the windows are installed. That's one issue. 2, just to be clear, I thought I heard somebody say on the ground floor, there's 2 windows. I'm counting 4, maybe 5 if you count the double. Oh, is that the wrong side then? Because they said 11, so I'm thinking this is the right one on the ground level. So this is number 21.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I must be on the other side. Okay, so thank you for that. I got mixed up. Go ahead.
Yes, one more thing. It's dividing from our neighbor, and for us, it's a hard wire. So even basement and second floor, we could see each other because it's just like a chicken wire.
Fair enough, it's wire, but I don't think this committee is gonna be too purposeful in asking for applicants about basement window opaque coverings. Go ahead, Deputy, sorry.
Through the chair, I just want to bring to the committee's attention, there's only one variance. It's for main wall height, and conditions need to be directly related to the variance being requested. In this case, it's a stretch that a main wall height is directly related.
Okay, the deputy makes a good point. That's why he's the deputy. And that point is that the application before this body today is dealing with a main wall height. It's not dealing with windows. So we have to take our cues from the rules here, and that is the main wall height. As far as the main wall height, do you have any objections to the main wall height?
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. I look to committee. Any questions or comments? I think we give the applicant agent an opportunity to respond now. Thank you, folks.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I heard the neighbors, and yes, we can understand their concerns about the privacy. So regarding the second floor balcony, at the rear side balcony, we will provide the screen, privacy screen. About the north windows, we can do opaque glasses, half height for the second floor only. As Ms. Woman has stated that for the basement and for the first floor, it's really not necessary. Yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for your time and patience. And again, thank you to the deputy treasurers for getting us back on track. Okay, so now that we've heard what this applicant agent's willing to do, Mr. Howell, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair.
Through the chair, I just want to confirm opaque means the light does not go through. Is that the committee's intention, or do you want it translucent?
But translucent.
Translucent, basically.
Yeah.
Just a quick question for the agent. Can you confirm how many parking spaces can the current construction can accommodate? Is it 4 that I'm counting? Am I right? Thank you.
So that would be 2 because we applied for duplex, and each unit will have 1 parking space. So, and that's why we proposed double garage. So 2 parking spaces. We only require 2 parking spaces.
Can the driveway accommodate any parking at all?
So at this point, house owner require only 2 parking spaces.
So your driveway is long enough to accommodate 2 more parking, right? Is that fair?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if
Okay.
we are allowed, definitely, yes.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Ms. Holman.
Just a quick question before I ask the Deputy Secretary a question. For the second story balcony screening, are you proposing opaque glass there or also translucent?
I do not have the knowledge of material at this point.
So the difference is that it'll let the translucent lets through more light, but you can't really see what's going on the other side.
Through the chair, if the committee permits, the engineer is online. Can he answer the question, please?
Sure, or you can ask him quickly and let us know, whatever's easier. What's the engineer's name? Sorry.
Mohammed.
Okay, if you can put him on the line, because we'd also like the height of the screen.
Okay. Hello, so the second floor, will that be opaque or translucent? Second, translucent is okay? Yeah, okay, thank you. I'm sorry, so he answered that translucent barrier screen privacy would be okay with us, if permitted?
Okay, and the height would be 1.5 meters is what we would put on as a condition.
Okay, yeah, we are okay with the height, yes, thank you.
Okay, and then through you, just Mr. Deputy Secretary, can we put, because this doesn't also relate directly to the variance, can we put the screen for the deck on as a condition? And then for the windows, even though the agent has said she would do translucent windows on the second floor of the north side, does that go on as for the record?
Correct. So I think the applicant, for the record, the applicant will erect half-height translucent windows on the second floor of the north elevation. The applicant will also erect translucent 1.5 meter height privacy screen on the second floor rear balcony.
On both sides of it, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, on both sides of the balcony.
Yes, okay, on both sides, yes, and
So that's also for the right, so both
Yeah.
for the record. Okay,
those are the only two, right?
those are the only two, yeah.
So I guess on both sides, meaning we don't need to go the east and west, right? Okay,
Is it east and west or north and south?
let me check.
It's north and south, I think.
Sorry, okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we got it now. So you're okay with that? So it would be as for the record, but not, they wouldn't be conditions, but basically it'll be for the record. So that we have something stating that you're going to do this.
As acknowledged by the first speaker after speaking to the owner. You can't talk, sir, sorry. Okay. Yeah, sorry about anyway, we'll move on here. Translucent. Ms. Oman, do you, let's go in the committee, I think, at this point. Does anybody have any questions for anybody? Okay, we're gonna go in the committee. And Ms. Oman, please lead the band.
Okay, leading away. All right, after much discussion, I'm happy that the agent is willing to make some of these concessions for the neighbors. I feel the proposal on its own is, it's one variance, it fits within the context of the neighborhood. So I would move approval of the application, including forestry condition number 3. And then for the record, there would be a condition for translucent screening on the second floor windows on the north side. that correct? Half? Half, okay. And then a condition for screening on the north and south sides of the second story balcony, also translucent glass to a height of 1.5 meters. Okay, that's my motion.
I'm not even gonna try to repeat that. We've heard Ms. Omen's fantastic motion. Do I have anyone that would like to second that motion? Mr. Howe?
I second the motion.
We have motion to approve by Ms. Omen with conditions and also noted on the record. We have Mr. Howe seconding it. All those in favor? Motion carried unanimously and the smoke glass got approved. Thank you. More things that's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Okay, we're gonna move to item 22. I just want to apologize for mixing up opaque and translucent. That's on the chair here, so my apologies to this committee and the public. All right, item 22 and (1061-1053) Markham Road to convert Unit 904D, Unit 904C, Unit 904B to a cafe shop for the existing 28-story commercial building. C, there will be no exterior alterations. This application was previously deferred at the May 7th, 2025 hearing. And notice on our documentation before us, there are no speakers, no conditions, and no correspondence. Applicant agent online or here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, sir, your
Hello?
first and
Yes.
your first and last name and your address, please.
Yeah, my name is George Sidra, and my address is 189 Queen Street East, Cambridge, Ontario, N23 C2B3. And I'm here to speak for application A005725525SCC 1061 and 1053 Markham Road.
Agent or the owner?
Yes.
Are you the agent or the owner of the property?
I'm the agent, yes.
You're the agent.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let me just canvass this committee. We may not need a presentation. Sir, the package that was submitted has been so thorough and our own review of it, we're not left with any need for a presentation. Does anyone in the committee have a question? Mr. Khan has a question. Will you take a question, sir?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr. Khan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, sir. My question actually is a very simple one. Did you consult the resident of the apartment building of opening this shop, cafe?
Well, this is a small cafe and it's meant to serve the buildings behind it. There are 3 buildings that are 28 story high, and there's so many buildings in the neighborhood, and anybody from these buildings will be using the cafe. So it's kind of working like a community meeting, and people hang out there. So I don't think it was ever meant for anybody to drive to this kind of cafe. Even the street is very busy. Where are you gonna park? There is no way you can park. So I think it does help the community, and it meets all the 4 criteria for a minor variance. It's very desirable, so people don't have to drive anywhere to go to the cafe. It is meet the intent of the all the applicable zoning bylaws.
So you don't consult, right?
Sorry?
You don't consult the management.
I am not hearing you. I'm sorry. Can you speak up a little bit?
Okay, so I will move to the next one. Okay.
Sir, just to help my colleague, and help you, did you get permission for what you just explained you're able to do regarding parking?
Well, as I told you, there is no need for parking. It wasn't meant for people to park. There are 3 parking spaces, but these are honestly will be for the employees, or 2 of them will be for the employees. But and anybody's driving by will never think that this is meant to, there is no, this is not a plaza. This is a front of the street. So, and the community behind is huge and enough to support such a business.
Okay, so my next question to you, to the chair is, do you have clearance with the health department because the food is involved and health is a concern when there is a food. So did you consult the health department?
I am, again, the voice is very breaking and I'm really sorry, I cannot hear very well.
Okay, can I repeat it, Mr. Chairman? All right, my colleague is asking if you have consulted with like the health inspectors because you're going to be serving food.
Oh yes, this comes later. Once we have the building permit, we inform the health inspections, come and see it. So we are like, this is coming later. We haven't started yet. It's not, we can't even apply for a building. We did apply for a building permit, but we are going nowhere unless this issue of the zoning is resolved.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to stick with the variance here. It's for parking. I just want to confirm that you do have access to 46 visitor parking spots for patrons. And in your brief, it does say that the visitor parking spots are underutilized and they're only about 25 to 40% usage. Is that correct? So you have ample parking for people that would not be in the direct community that's adjacent that want to come to the cafe.
Okay, that sounds great to me, yes.
Well, I don't know. I'm just asking you to confirm. I'm reading what you sent in, so that's correct, right?
Yeah, I'm confirming this, yes.
All right, so, okay, thank you.
Thank you, Member Ullman. That was supplementary to what I was trying to get to earlier. Do we have permission? It sounds like we do. Does anybody else have any? Okay, we're gonna go into committee, sir. And I'll start it off by saying I'm not concerned with this application based on what I've heard. I feel it meets the tests, and I think that everything seems in order. I'll turn it over to, go ahead, Mr. Howe.
Thank you, Chair. I move approval of this application. There's only one variance, reducing parking space from minimum 10 to 3. But we do see from the parking brief submitted that there will be 46 visitor parkings available if needed. On that basis, I'm content with the application and I move approval of it.
Moved by Mr. Howe to approve. Ms. Ullman?
I'll second that, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Seconded by Ms. Ullman with conditions from Urban. Nope, sorry, no conditions. My apologies. Yeah, sorry. Seconded by Ms. Ullman. All those in favor? Unanimously approved. Thank you, sir. Okay, last item of the day, I believe. No.
You're wishing.
Yeah, I wish to. No, last item of the page. This is item 23, 350 Midwest Road, to add new front yard parking spaces to the existing one-story commercial building parking lot. Note, this revised public notice is being issued to correct the hearing date and time. With respect to number 24, there's 23, sorry, guys. It's in my spot today. There is a deferral. No, that was a TS. Okay, so before us are conditions with urban forestry. And there are no speakers or correspondence, correct? No speakers? Sure.
Deputy Secretary Treasurer, I know that, Transportation asked for a parking study and I believe it was submitted late. Have you had any feedback from Transportation on the parking study?
Through the chair, the parking study was, first off, there was a parking study that was submitted. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
The parking study was submitted, but it was submitted late, so that's why it's not included in the agenda package. It should not be used for any consideration on the application. In terms of transportation, we have not received any comments from transportation. I just checked.
Okay,
5 minutes ago, we didn't receive anything.
okay, so.
Okay.
then
So
Transportation
the current report you have
asking for deferral, correct?
is still current.
Okay, thank you.
And this is the one I was making reference to.
Sure, that's correct.
Yeah, okay. I was only half wrong. So that being said, let's hear from the applicant or agent. Are they available online?
Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, first and last name and your address, please.
Sure. My name is Nader Tadros. I'm from Pyramids Engineering. My address is 15 Wertheim Court in Richmond Hill, and I'm here on behalf of the client, Atlantic Packaging at 350 Midwest.
Very good, sir. I just want to be clear on something that the deputy treasurer remarked upon. We received some report, but late, and therefore this committee cannot consider it as any weight to our decision today. So be advised, because it's not before us technically.
That's no problem. If I can use my 5 minutes, I'd like to present, and then I can hear from you.
Very good. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. So good afternoon, Mr. Chair and committee. I'm here to speak on behalf of Atlantic Packaging, and just to let you know, Atlantic Packaging has multiple plants within the GTA. Their headquarters is in Scarborough, Ontario, and they have other locations in Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga, Whitby. They have 18 plants in Ontario and Quebec, and 6 plants in the US. They just finished a 560,000 square foot plant in Hamilton. So with respect to 350 Midwest, they have been at this location for about 28 years, and they hope to continue staying there for the long term. But they do require additional parking to allow for adequate use of the building. They provide employment at this particular plant for 139 employees. 115 of them are in the plant, and 24 of them are in the office area, many of which reside in the GTA. And over the years, the site has increased its production capacity, and thus increasing the need for number of employees in the office and the production area, and therefore they require more parking. There's also a need for about 10 contractors on site per day, which require parking spaces, and they have 2 visitors parking as well as some existing handicap parking. They also, in this application, they're allocating for a couple of future parking spots. Most of the visitors and contractors are between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. The existing parking spaces on site are at full capacity by employees, visitors, and contractors. And they have about 83% of the people who work there are driving to work. The proposal is to have, or the existing parking is on the east and south and west side of the property, and the entrance is from Midwest on the east side. The variance that we're requesting is for an additional 25 parking spots on the front end of the property, and there is an existing 23, and this exceeds the allowable. The benefits of the additional parking spaces near the front would be to allow quick access to the front of the building. It would it would give quick access into the building, which improves the productivity. And it continues to provide an adequate building for Atlantic Packaging, which provides employment for people, and it becomes more efficient. And this continues in this difficult economic time. The strategy would be to work with the various departments in the municipality to obtain the required permits if the variance is accepted, and any items with respect to transportation or Metrolinx or urban forestry would be complied with. We did receive a few comments, and the last one was received from transportation just 2 days ago from transportation, and we spoke to someone there yesterday after we received it on Monday, and she requested a letter of use, which we did provide promptly within 24 hours. She called me this morning, and she said she's passed that on to her boss, Ted, and he hasn't had a chance to finalize his approval yet. Just a final comment, and that is, upon the receipt of the variance, we hope to apply for the required permits and work with the various departments to meet their needs, and hoping that this is enough information to provide the necessary variance. Just as a history, the first building permit was applied for in October 2023. The variance was submitted, variance application was submitted September 2024, and then resubmitted again March 2025. So this is ongoing for about 1.5 years now. Thank you very much, and we hope to be able to proceed on this project in the near future.
Thank you for your presentation. Quick question, why was the report submitted from your side late? Do you know?
Yes, because we just received the comment 2 days ago from transportation. The comment, and some of these comments are actually with respect to the existing parking lot. And obviously we're going to abide by the bylaws of the new parking areas, like the size, the location, and that will all come out in the building permit. But we received the request on Monday, and we submitted the reply on Tuesday. So it's not that late. It's just that we didn't have enough time. That's when we got the request.
Very good. And also another question with respect to Metrolinx, are you aware of their conditions of approval?
Actually, they have sent a supplementary document that says the Metrolinx has no objection to the specified variance should the committee grant approval.
Okay, I just wanted to touch base with you on that because there was some original paperwork that talked about conditions, but on the supplementary is what you're talking about. Very good, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Go ahead, Ms. McCauley.
Thank you. Is the only action that is happening on this property is the desire to increase parking spaces? You're not increasing the size of the building or adding any new building?
That is correct. We're only adding additional parking spaces.
Okay. All right, that's my only question here.
Thank you, Ms. McCauley. Does anyone else? No? No. At this point, I guess we'll go into committee. We have no more questions for you, sir. Thank you for your presentation. Oh, Ms. McCauley, go ahead.
No.
Oh, sorry, I saw the finger go up. All right, we're in committee. I'm not concerned about, I am concerned about where we're at with respect to the study wasn't submitted on time. I'm also concerned about when the agent presents this matter. There is a lot in context going on here with respect to jobs and a factory that obviously has got many aspects to it as it stretches across Ontario and other parts of Canada. That being said, I see that the report that we didn't receive, we can't consider. And on that note, that's causing me some consternation. Would anybody else care to speak their mind? Go ahead, Ms. McCauley.
Thank you. I see that this is an application really to change the number of parking spaces in the front yard. That's all it is. It's not, it's to allow additional parking spaces. I don't see any negative impact to this. I don't see any need to wait for transportation comments if the number and size of the parking spaces is not, or if the size and configuration of the parking spaces is incorrect, that will be caught at the building permit stage. Well, I guess there is no building permit. They're not doing anything. All they're doing is changing their parking lot. So bottom line, I don't have a problem with this. I'm happy to just proceed. I looked at the property. It's on Midwest. It's in the middle of an industrial area. Putting parking on the front yard may not be something that we always want, but it's a reasonable proposal.
Thank you, Ms. McCauley. Go ahead, Mr. Howe.
Thank you, Chair. Sorry, Ms. McCauley, I tend to disagree. I think, Transportation Services requested a parking brief, parking report, and the applicant has submitted the report. It's with Transportation Services. I think we should afford them the time of their expert review and then defer this matter to be heard on the next available agenda. So we could have all the experts, statement before us before we consider this report. It's been submitted, right?
I'm willing to agree with you.
Okay, thank you. That's my view on this.
Thank you, Mr. Howe. Thanks, Ms. McCauley. Ms. Holman, go ahead.
I'll just add that I think, hopefully we can get it back on an agenda sooner rather than later. We're looking at deficient parking. This is like excess parking. But I will also say, this is an industrial complex. Jobs are at stake here. So, which in this kind of climate, with economic climate, is important. But I do also think that, to Mr. Howe's point, that it would be good that transportation is afforded the opportunity to give comments. So I would be inclined to agree with deferral.
Thank you very much. Supplementary to Ms. Ullman, applicant agent, the factory's not going to shut down without these parking spots, correct?
You hear me?
Oh, go ahead.
Now you can hear me? No, it's not going to shut down. Obviously, they have already some or many, but Anna, who is in the transportation, did indicate that a letter of use could possibly be submitted. It was not a traffic study or a parking study that was submitted, just to clarify. And that's what we did submit yesterday.
Okay, fair enough. This committee cannot acknowledge that report officially because it didn't get to us. So, meaning this committee sitting before you. So we can defer this matter and hopefully bring it back at its earliest date or some point in the future. That's what we can do. Do you have any questions, sir?
I'm muted again. Oh, no, I guess if there's no other choice, then no problem.
Believe me, we'd like to, but we've got to follow the rules, of course, and that's what we'll do. Okay, we're going to go into our committee here. Does anyone wish to say anything else? Go ahead, Mr. Howe.
Thank you, Chair. I wasn't going to say anything, but I would move a motion if there are no other questions from my colleagues.
By Mr. Howe to approve, Ms. McCauley.
I will second that motion.
And seconded by Ms. McCauley.
So it's not a motion to approve.
It's a motion to defer.
Motion to defer this application so that the applicant can discuss with Transportation Services and work out the concerns that TS had. And on that basis, I move deferral of this application.
Moved by Mr. Howe to defer the application for traffic services and the applicant to discuss, and seconded by Ms. McCauley. All those in favor? That's unanimous, and we have deferred the matter. Thank you. Item number 24. Yeah, item 25. Are you here on this matter, sir? Okay. 53 Carnwood Drive, to construct a new two-story detached dwelling with a front yard porch, a front yard balcony, and a rear yard deck, the existing dwelling to be demolished.
Agent for the owner, 69 Harris Park Drive, Scarborough, Ontario.
Thank you. And just before we let the horses out, conditions of approval including community planning, urban forestry. This is an amended application to revise variance numbers 1, 2, and 3, remove variances 4 and 5. Thank you for your name and address, sir.
Okay.
Committee, do we need a presentation? Do we have any questions for this gentleman? We may have a question, sir.
Well, it's not really a question, it's more like a confirmation. So we're looking at this application then as amended. And can either you or I go through what you're amending? Because I think the notice went out without the amendments. So you're amending variance number 1 to 43%, which is 199.79 meters square. Variance number 2, 19.863 meters. Variance number 3, 22 meters. Variance 4 and 5 are deleted. And that's basically, you're now in compliance with what planning wanted.
Correct.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Holman, and thank you, sir, for confirming that. Go ahead, Ms. McCauley.
The community planning want to have the application as a condition that it be in concordance with the plans revised on May 16th, 2025. Does that plan show all the correct revised variances?
Yes, the revised plan show all these corrections.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I think at this point you've answered our questions. And if you have nothing further to say, we'll go into committee and make our decision.
Okay.
Okay, we're in committee. Go ahead, Ms. Holman.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I feel with the amendments that this application meets the 4 tests, fits within the context of the neighborhood. So I would move approval of the application, including forestry condition number 1 as amended. Well, it doesn't, where does it, like in the conditions, where does it say that? If you want it. I'm looking at the report. I just see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the things that he changed. I don't see anything else here. For the site plan, that's fine.
No, actually, it's not typed.
Actually,
Sorry,
yeah.
through the chair, it's up to you. The applicant has made these changes, but if you want, you can put it subject to community planning. Yeah.
A question, does the plans reflect his changes?
The community planning isn't requiring, they're not recommending that.
So
All they're recommending is that all these different like it's up to the applicants doing what community planning is requiring. So you don't need to impose the community planning condition. If you want, you can, but it doesn't. It's kind of a moot point.
But usually when we do that, Mr. Deputy Secretary Treasurer, the plan is attached to the planning report and it's not in this case. So
Correct.
It's better to just go as amended, I think.
Sure.
Okay, this has been very fruitful for this young chairman. Sir.
Yes.
Can we bring up on the screen what those changes were, please, to the variances? Please. Thank you. Thanks, Eric. Okay. This is the amended application, yes, sir?
Yes.
Do you agree with 1, 2, and 3 amended as you see on that screen?
Yes, I do.
As was already discussed on the record. Do you agree with variances 4 and 5 deleted?
Correct. Yes, I do.
And you understand these were under the conditions of recommendation by community planning?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I think we've locked that down ironclad, and this is what you're going to follow, yes?
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Holman.
If you like, Mr. Chair, I can read through the changes again if you want, but I think we're good. So that's it. So the only one is urban forestry number 1.
Sir, do you agree to urban forestry condition number 1?
Yes, I do.
Don't hurt a tree until you talk to the right people.
Correct.
Okay, who would like to put forth a motion?
I did. I already had.
You know what? I got lost in traffic. Okay, Ms. Holman has put forth a motion to approve this application with what?
Forestry number 1.
Forestry number 1 and what was just
As
discussed as
So as
amended.
amended.
Yeah.
That's it.
They were good. And who would like to second, Mr. Howe or Ms. McNally?
Thank you, Chair. I will second the motion.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All vote moved by Ms. Holman, seconded by Mr. Howe. All those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Thank you very much.
Item 26, 4 Kenny Avenue. And this is the last one. Thank you, Ms. Holman. To alter the existing 2-story dwelling by adding a 1-story rear yard addition with a rear deck and patio. I noticed that there's conditions of approval from community planning, urban forestry. I also note this is an amended application to revise variances number 2, 3, and 5. There are no speakers or correspondence, I understand. Okay, can we speak to the agent or applicant, please?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and committee members.
Thank you, sir. Your first and last name and address.
Sure, my name is Mortaza Dawari. My address is 380 Young Street, Suite 6060, Toronto, Ontario.
And are you the agent, sir?
Yes.
Very good. This is a comprehensive submission. I am going to canvass committee right now to see if they need a presentation. Does anyone need a presentation or have questions? Sir, we're satisfied with what you've presented to us. You are always able to make a presentation, but we're not asking for one, and we don't even have any questions. Would you like us to go into committee about this matter?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Hold tight. Okay. I look to my left, I look to my right, Ms. Holman.
Okay, through you, Mr. Chairman. Just to confirm, we're looking at this application as amended. Variance number 2 was changed to 19.08, variance number 3, 19 meters. And variance number 5 is 0.7423 times the lot area, which is 213.78 meters square. And we have urban forestry condition number 2. So with those conditions and as amended, I would move approval of the application as it meets the 4 tests and fits within the context of the neighborhood.
Thank you, Mr. Howe.
Thank you, Chair. Looking at the amendments, it looks like variance 3 is not needed. It complies.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so we would delete variance number 3 then instead of if you want to step out and ask.
Step out of committee. Agent, looks to Mr. Howell and other members of this committee, including myself, that number 3 variance can be removed entirely. What say you?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you very much. We're going to go back into committee, so please don't interrupt. And go ahead, Ms. Holman.
Okay, so I move approval of the application as I feel it meets the 4 tests, fits within the context of the neighborhood. It's as amended with the 2 changes to variances 2 and 5. And variance number 3 is deleted because they now comply. And then forestry number 2.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Holman, for moving to approve.
Through the chair, is there community planning conditions?
It's noted on our sheet. Go ahead.
Yes, sorry, and the community planning conditions, which is basically to build in accordance with plans. Thank you.
That is the motion by Ms. Ullman and as amended, and of course, the conditions of community planning, urban forestry. Mr. Howe, did you say you wish? Go ahead.
Sure, thank you, Chair. I will second the motion.
Seconded by Mr. Howe. All those in favor? That's approved and unanimous. Thank you. Okay. That seems like the end of business. So at this point, I will ask, do I have a motion to end our meeting? Go ahead, Mr. Khan.
Conclusion of the meeting.
And anyone wish to second that? Mr. Howe?
Fine.
And the time is 4:15 PM. All those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you.